Yap.
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 Yap. The Yapsters Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Yapsters Podcast Welcome back to the Yapsters Podcast where the laughing never stops and neither does the yapping.
Yay!
The first thing on the chopping block, we are going to be doing more Am I the A-hole stories.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so this first one says, am I wrong for telling my sister her baby's name sounds like a dog's name and now she won't talk to me?
Do not.
Okay, so it starts, my sister had a baby. I'm happy for her. Her baby's name is Ruff. It's Ruff. It sounds like a dog. I thought she was joking.
Wait, are they white? Do they verify, like...
They are.
Oh my god. I was thinking, like, maybe it was, like, Maximus or something. Ruff? Oh, that's
Ruff.
crazy. Oh, that kid's getting bullied.
She said I thought she was joking and laughed. I was wrong. She asked me why I was laughing. I said it sounds like a dog's barking. Ruff, ruff. I thought we were laughing, but she got mad. She was angry. She said I was being disrespectful and that the name had meaning to her and her husband. They love an obscure video game character. I told her that she can name her child whatever she wants, but people will associate it, and it might be hard for him in school. She won't return my texts or calls. My mom says I should have kept my mouth shut. Am I the only one seeing this? I didn't mean to be a jerk, but Ruff? I can't be the only one who thinks this could backfire. So I told my sister that her baby's name sounds like a dog's name. Is she overreacting? Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, but, like, alright, she's not wrong because, like, maybe there is something, like, a connection with that name, like, you know.
But
So
a
she's
video
not wrong
game
for getting
character?
upset. But she's wrong as fuck. He sat here and thought that was a good name.
That one, oh my gosh. That's that. Moving on. Okay, so the next one is, am I wrong for blowing up at my mother-in-law at the family dinner? That's the title. Do you think she's wrong?
Period. Who?
Her mother-in-law.
I don't think so, because old people don't know how to, like, be quiet, so.
Okay, so it starts. 23 female, have been married to my husband, 24 male, for 3 years. We were high school sweethearts and have been best friends since elementary school. He's still my best friend to this day. But relationship with his mom, she's difficult to talk to, and our conversations are usually very shallow, gossiping about neighbors, complaining about landscapers, etc. Almost a year ago, my mom passed away, which still feels surreal to write. She truly was my soulmate, and I'm incredibly grateful to have had her in my life for 23 years. I miss her more than words can describe. My husband's family really stepped up during that time, supporting us financially with funeral costs and managing affairs when I was deep in grief. I'm genuinely grateful for their help. Fast forward to now, we're expecting our first baby. I'm excited as I am. I'm also deeply saddened that my mom won't be here to guide me through this. We always talked about what my kids would call her. We had settled on Grams. Now to the incident. We were celebrating our pregnancy at a dinner with my in-laws, and my mother-in-law asked to make a toast. She laughed and said, "I'm so grateful to celebrate a new addition to our family. We can't wait to meet little Veronica," which is her name. She went on to talk about her own pregnancy and what I should expect, mentioning that my husband had an abnormally big head when he was born. Then she said, "I look forward to being the favorite grandma to Veronica since, of course, I'll be the only grandma." That is messed up.
Ooh.
What the heck? That's
Ooh.
crazy. The room
Damn.
went silent, and your mama cried. I stood up and told her how incredibly insensitive it was to say that, and that my mom would always be a grandmother, whether she's here or not. She responded by saying I was overreacting and that it was just a joke. I told her to go to hell and left immediately. My husband later called me, saying he spoke to his mom, who was in tears because she was embarrassed. She asked him to apologize on her behalf, and he told me I should have come back instead of telling her to go to hell and storming off. I'm currently staying with my sister and haven't stopped crying since. She supports me 100%, but I really want to know, am I the a-hole?
No.
Absolutely not.
It's that old bitch's fault. Because what the fuck do you mean? Since I'm the only grandmother, fuck you, bitch. You want to make it to be a
Why
grandmother?
would you say that?
Like, I'll jump you right now, pregnant
right.
and all. I don't give a fuck. I mean, disrespectfully in the worst way.
Right.
That is crazy. That is crazy as heck.
Like, who says that?
That was like petty to a different level though. Like, I understand, like, you could probably like little jabs or something. That's fine, but don't bring up somebody's dead mom. Like, that's
Yeah.
bugging. I said
Mm-mm-mm.
she should have jumped her. That's just my opinion.
Right. Her and her sister.
I mean, hey, you know, if you need a third, I'll gladly jump too. I don't got a problem.
So, last but not least, this next one is, am I the a-hole? X sucks at painting, so I go behind her after she's asleep to fix the disaster.
Damn.
What? Oh my gosh. Yeah. My now ex loved redecorating, and one of her favorite things was repainting the wall. Now the issue is she's a horrendous painter. She can't paint evenly, and she can't cut in the trim to save her life. Now being a loving spouse and a former contractor, I would usually go in behind her after she went to bed and repaint the room, fixing all of her mistakes. My ex would always exclaim how well it would look the next day. Now fast forward one divorce in a dozen years, and I go pick my daughter up, and she's got paint on her. I ask why, and she informs me that her mother, aunt, and herself were repainting the basement. I ask how it was turning out, and she says not good, and her mother doesn't understand why, and is thinking she bought some bad paint. I bust out laughing and explain that I used to go back and fix her mother's job to repaint the room, correcting the mistakes. My daughter was mad that I did that. She said it was mean to let her mother believe that she had a talent for painting. So am I the a-hole?
No. Stupid ass to think she could paint.
Right.
First off, the kid being mad is crazy because...
Right.
What? Is it affecting you? Is it really bothering you? Just because he'd even lie. He didn't say nothing to it. A lie is like telling people like, saying, if I go up to you like, oh my God, you're so funny, you know? Like, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's different. But just like fixing somebody's mistake so they don't feel bad about themselves, that's, you know, that's acceptable. You know? But the kid needs to shut the hell up and go somewhere. Sorry. So sorry. I don't like it.
Like, I don't know. I feel like he could have, like, because it's
I feel
really
like it
not
could have
that
been like a
deep.
discussion. Outright just said like, I'm not gonna lie, you suck at painting and I will help
Right.
you.
Like, let's
Instead
paint
of just
together
like,
then.
like even if you didn't want to say it, you could have just been like, oh, maybe I'll help you. You know?
Yeah.
And like, so you didn't hurt hurt the person's feelings, and two, like a little moment. I mean, you know, like the kid being upset, that's just crazy because it's not like him going over the painting is affecting you. It's not like a little kid who would bring home like a little drawing or something, and like the dad or like he's like taking it and drawing it himself. He's literally
Yeah.
helping your mother. So like, what?
Mm-mm-mm.
People take stuff too seriously.
Way too seriously. Like, it's not that deep at all.
It's literally paint. Like, come on. Come on. You act like I'm sitting here telling you I murdered a whole bunch of people. I painted over
And when
your
I saw
work.
the title, I thought they meant, like, painting, like, actual, like, painting, not painting walls.
No, me too. I thought it was like she was an artist or something. And like
Yeah.
maybe she was selling art and people like were actually buying it or something. No. Painting walls is different. It's like if you can't get mad about that.
At all.
That to get mad about that, that's stupid as hell. But that's just me, you know. Obviously, the kid was mad, but hey, did it hurt your mom's feelings being lied to? No, it was just paint. That just kind of was. That's stupid. That's so stupid. You can't get upset because somebody's helping you, or not even really, not really like the person, but like you're upset because your dad was helping your mom paint. Kids are weird.
Ugh. I wonder. I wish they said how old the kid was.
Yeah, because especially if, like say if they're our age and they're getting upset about that, then that's stupid.
You are too old.
You're grown as hell. Like shoot, I would have just went along with it. Like oh, period.
Right? Like, I
Like
agree. This sucks.
we all see that she needs help. So
Right.
you think I'm about to get mad? Nah, I'm gonna help you. When's the next time she has to paint? I'll tell you to come over right after. Like what? Come on now. If it's like a little kid and they don't really know better, I guess that's different. But like
Yeah.
if it's like let's say like 17 and you're getting upset about that, then grow a pair. Not that serious.
Right.
People piss me off, and this is exactly why I don't like people. That's just fucking ugh. Ugh. I don't know. That's like being upset. That's fine, but it's not like it's literally something that has to do with your mom. It's not like it's affecting you directly.
Yeah.
It's not like you're the one painting, so why are you upset about it? Unless like the dad or something made like a little joke about it, like, "Oh, haha, I was the one actually painting," you know, like that's different. But if you just like said like, "Oh, I was the one actually like going back and fixing up your mom's mistakes," then that's different.
It'd be so wonderful. Okay, so now do you want to give a little explanation of who the Gallaghers are? Who is the Gallagher?
All right, I'm gonna list them in order first, and then I'm gonna give you like an explanation on who each. each of them are. Okay, so starting from oldest, that's Fiona, Lip, aka Philip, which he mainly in the show goes by Lip unless he's in school or whatever. So Fiona, Lip, Ian, I think it was Carl and then Debbie, and then
Yeah.
Liam, right?
Yeah, I can't
Did I
remember.
forget one?
Yeah, no, you got them all. Right?
Okay, period.
Oh, and then like the other, because didn't Frank have a daughter? That other lady?
Yeah, but we don't like her, so she doesn't count.
Yeah.
She's not a Gallagher. She was just there. She was just a little side character. She got Carl arrested, but you know. But oh my god, that one scene where she was trying to hit on Mickey, and he's like, "You're not my type."
Yeah.
And she was like, "What's your type?" He said, "Redhead." She said, I am downstairs." He said, "Batshit crazy." She said, "I can be if you want me to be," or something like that. And then he said, "Pack in 9 inches." And then he just, you have to
The
see her
hand.
face.
When you
Yeah,
did the hand.
her face was like, "Oh, okay." It was so freaking funny. Oh my god. All right, so we're gonna start with Fiona. She's the oldest Gallagher.
Ew.
She's shut up. You're a hater. You're really a hater. What did Fiona do to you?
I hate her.
You see, hate is a strong word.
I despise her.
That's even worse, but okay. Anyway, so Fiona is the oldest of the Gallagher clan. I don't know if I should say clan because they're all white except for Liam, but you
Except
know.
for Leo. Well, technically.
I mean, technically he's mixed, and for being technical, it's just he doesn't look it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Frank was his father. It was just a different
Yeah.
girl that was his mom, right?
No, that was his mom. That's why I'm like,
So why the fuck?
technically, he just came out dark.
Like, what the hell did what was their mom's name? Monica do like mix like different like races, like and like play Russian
I
roulette or
don't know.
something? Like what the hell? Anyway, all right. So we got Fiona, the eldest of the bunch. She pretty much takes care of everybody. Yeah. We got Lip, who is the smartest. He's the second oldest. He kind of like the first couple seasons. He wasn't really like he was like helping like take care of them, but like he was also kind of busy trying to be smart, and then like also trying to have sex with his next door neighbor Mandy. And then the other girl, what was her, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that crazy psycho bitch. Yeah. So then after Lip, we have Ian, who is a redhead, like a really redhead. And you know, he's the only one who's like really mentally unwell. He has bipolar disorder, like his mother. And I think he was the only one who really got it bad. I think eventually like Fiona kinda like she showed signs of it, but like they never really said like, "Oh my god, Fiona has bipolar disorder," you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's the mental ill one. Then we have after Ian, I think it's Carl. I think it's Carl. Do you know who was do you know who was old?
Debbie's older.
Was it Debbie or Carl?
They're
Huh?
2 years older.
Okay, so then so after Ian, we have Debbie, who is the mega bitch of them all. I hate her with a living, burning, fiery passion. I
Yeah, I
know I
hate
said
her
hate is a
too.
strong word, but I really hate her. And we'll explain why after I get through all of them. So then we have Carl, who is, I'm going to say the gangster of them all.
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially with his white boy Carl phase. Like,
those box braids. Or no, those
Debbie going
cornrows.
up to him. Debbie going up to him and him being like, "White girl, I don't know you." Like, sir, you're Caucasian too. What are you doing? Like,
Right.
what are we doing here? Identity crisis? Like, what's going on? But anyway, so after Carl, there is Liam, and he is the only chocolate one of the bunch. Let's say that, because supposedly that's Frank's kid, but I beg to differ. I don't know who. I think I don't know. She probably played Russian roulette, but mixed a little bit
I
of
think
Frank.
she did way too much of a drug and it affected the baby.
No, probably. I believe it. I feel like if you ask Frank his explanation on why Liam's black, he would say she probably drunk too much like dark liquor.
Hennessy.
Oh my god, I love this show. Okay, so we are the very first episode. We're introduced to the Gallaghers, and it's narrated by Frank. Frank is their father, who is a raging alcoholic, drug addict, whatever you can think of, like a deadbeat, shitty father. That's what Frank is. So he like gives his little rundown on all the kids, whoop-de-doo. But nobody really gives a fuck about Frank. He's a shitty father. He has his moments throughout the show where he's like, okay, well, maybe he's not that bad. But no,
he falls right back
he is
into
that
it.
bad. Yeah, like sometimes you see him like really like. Don't get me wrong, okay? Frank was a shitty father, but when he needed to be there for his kids, he was there.
Yeah.
Especially when I forgot what season it was, but when Fiona was gonna get married and Frank like crashed the wedding, like basically saying like, oh well, he like don't get married to him. Like he's a shitty person, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, and everybody was like, Frank, don't do that. No, Frank, let her be happy. He was literally looking out for her.
Right.
He may have been high, drunk, or both, but he was literally looking out for his kid. But I will never, ever, 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 to the day I die, be a Frank apologist because he's a shitty person. But anyway, so obviously there's the whole, I'm gonna just say clan of the Gallaghers. But then we all are also introduced to the Milkoviches. So there's Mickey, Mandy, and Terry, and then there's other like side characters that are related to the Milkoviches, but nobody really gives a fuck about them because they're not
irrelevant.
Really, like, yeah, they're not important. But so we find out that Ian's gay, very gay, like very gay, to the point where he he tasted Karen's present. Is that like? Yeah, I think that's a good one. He tasted Karen's present, and he literally washed his mouth out with soap. He is like gay as hell.
Get somebody else to do it.
He said, why did it look like that? Oh my god, I freaking love Ian. But very long story short, Ian and Mickey start, hooking up because we find out that Mickey is also secretly gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. But also, Ian's also hooking up with he works at a convenience store owned by this, what was he, like 30, or let's say 35-year-old man named Cash.
He was a grown man.
He was a very grown man. And Ian was supposed to be what, like 16, 15, 16?
Yeah.
And they were doing the do. They were opening each other's presents. And obviously, that's very disgusting. A grown-ass man and a child. Very nasty. Very, 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 very nasty. But, they didn't give a fuck. Until this one day where Lip finds out that the person who like Ian's been sleeping with is literally Cash, and he's like, "You're really fucking this old ass man." And Ian's like, pretty much, yeah. But then Cash's wife finds out like he's getting bent over by a 15 or 16-year-old, which is crazy. Like, you're a grown man. He's a child.
Right.
That's disgusting. I mean, it was disgusting either way, but like, come on. Come on. But yeah, long story short, Cash runs away, never to be seen or heard from again. But Icky, what the fuck? Ian and Mickey start doing the do behind everybody's back.
That's their ship name.
Icky. I actually kind of like it though.
Icky.
From now on, we're gonna refer this whole video. We're referring to them as Icky. But so they're doing the do one day, and then Mickey's father walks in and beats both of them to a living pulp, and has this lady who we come to find out her name is Svetlana. Svetlana, is that how you
Svetlana.
pronounce it? Whatever. She's a Russian. What term?
Love
She's a Russian
her.
prostitute.
Yeah.
She's an icon. But don't get me wrong. The first, when we were first introduced to her, until season, what was it? I'm gonna say season 6. Did she leave season 6?
Oh
I
no,
forgot
there's
what
too
season
many
she was.
seasons.
For real. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna just say the first couple seasons where she was introduced, I hated her so bad because Terry is a shitty father. He's a very shitty father. He's a racist. He's also a drunk. He's just a disgusting human being. He had sex with his niece.
Yeah.
Let's not, disgusting. But he basically makes Svetlana take advantage of Mickey in front of Ian. And if Ian tried to run away and not look at it, Terry beat the shit out of him. So after that happened, which was a very traumatizing scene, we find out that Svetlana gets pregnant and Mickey has to marry her. And Ian's like, well, you don't love her, so don't marry her. And Mickey's like, well, I have to. I have no choice. And it's not like me, you are going to be in a relationship or anything. And Ian's just holding out the hope, I love you. You should love me. But it's okay. He gets drunk at the wedding, whoop-de-doo. Yeah. So Mickey marries Svetlana. They have a baby boy. What was his name? What was his name?
I don't know.
I forgot how to pronounce his name. I really forgot. But yeah, they have a baby. And then they're living, they're all living in Terry's house. Whoop-de-doo.
Yevgeny.
No, it's Yevgeny or something like that.
Yevgeny.
Well, but technically before she has the baby, Mickey and Ian, or what was it, Icky?
Yeah.
Icky is still, doing the do behind people's backs. Svetlana finds out and basically threatens Ian, well, if you continue to do this, I will. Oh, wait. Also, Terry gets arrested. I forgot how or for what, but he gets arrested and
Probably
he's in
beat
jail
somebody up.
during Yeah, probably. I don't know. Probably being racist. He's a shitty person. But so at this point, he's in jail. So Ian and Icky are doing the do in Terry's house while Svetlana is like, I don't like this. This is my husband. Yeah. So she threatens Ian when he's in the shower with a hammer and basically if you continue to open presents with him, I will tell his father, and when he gets out of jail, he will kill both of you. So for a little bit, I'm pretty sure for a little bit they stop,
They
doing the
try
do.
to.
Yeah, but then also around this time period is when we find out that Ian is bipolar.
Yeah.
And during one of his manic episodes, he steals. What was the baby's name? I forgot it already.
Yevgeny. Yevgeny.
Whatever his name. I'm not even. I forgot. I forgot how I pronounced it before. Oh yeah, they're Russian. Or the lady's Russian. Yevgeny. But yeah, he steals the baby. We're just gonna refer to it as the baby. He steals the baby, and during one of his manic episodes, he steals the baby. Goes on the run with the baby. They obviously catch him, and they put him into a mental hospital so he can get help. Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly, Ian's story is a lot. There's like so much to his story. And it was so stupid how
Yeah.
he was literally the only one who really got the was bipolar the same amount as his mom, even though like literally you see in the show that um Fiona was could have been just as bipolar, but they just didn't write it, you know?
Yeah.
But which that really pissed me off because, I feel like of all the stupid shit that she's done, first off, also, yeah. Also, let me just say this too. Don't get me wrong. I love Fiona, but she did some fucked up shit. She literally had coke out, and Liam got a hold of it and overdosed on it. He's alive,
Yeah.
but like he overdosed on it. She did a lot of fucked up shit. A lot, a lot, a lot. But also, they always blamed her for like the shit that they did wrong. Like Debbie getting pregnant at 15. And Fiona was
Yeah.
obviously a fucking adult. And she got pregnant and she knew she could not take care of that kid. She didn't want to bring that kid into a world like into that crazy ass house and family. So Debbie was sitting there like, if you have the kid, they could be cousins and just have a happy life. And Fiona's literally like, what the fuck are you talking about? If this kid comes
Like, girl,
into this
there's more to
house,
that.
exactly, like you could be 15 and pregnant all you want to, but me, I'm not keeping this fucking kid because I do not want to scar my kid the way we were scarred. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, so Fiona has an abortion, but before she even has I'm pretty sure it was before or like after, but nobody knew. One of them, Debbie stages an intervention so Fiona could keep the baby. And everybody's just looking at. I'm pretty sure, if I remember the scene right, I'm pretty sure everybody was just like, "Well, if she doesn't want it, she doesn't have to keep it." And Debbie was just trying to convince them to like tell her to like keep the baby, and everybody was like, what the fuck?" But what?
Like,
But yeah, so
girl.
that's what like. Come
And
on,
I was gonna
come
say,
on.
you know how you were saying how Ian stole a baby? You know who also in the
Yeah,
Gallagher family stole a baby?
I'm pretty sure it was Debbie. Yeah,
Yeah.
Debbie's just a shitty person. Like the first couple seasons, you think, "Oh my god, she's such a cute character." And like love her. But then when she gets pregnant, like the season she gets pregnant, then like she just becomes like the most like my most hated fucking character because she was
I
such a
say, like,
shitty.
once she got into, like, her teens, where it's, like, 12, 13, 14, that was when it started going down.
Because that's when she was also asking V like, "Oh my god, can you do my makeup?" And like V dressed her up as a whore. It's just Debbie was a shitty person. Let's just keep it at that. But she first off, she gets Debbie gets pregnant on purpose, but she doesn't tell the boy. She doesn't tell the boy that she is trying to get pregnant. So she lets him. What's a like PG semi PG 13 word we could use?
She lets him open her presents.
Oh, wait. Wait.
She lets him have a great Christmas.
Like those New Year poppers. You pull the string and it pops and like all the confetti and stuff goes in.
Yeah.
She lets him like pull her popper. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And what if she gets pregnant? First off, she named that fucking baby Franny.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what was? I'm pretty. Wait, was the
After
baby's name
Frank.
Frank? Was it
Yeah, it was
Francine or
after
Franny?
Frank.
Yeah. First off, like we said, Frank was a shitty father.
Because her name was
He was
Frances.
Frank was a shitty father. Okay. I mean, later on in the seasons, you see that he kind of like he's not. Hey, his actions are never redeemable. But like you see that he's just like kind of like maybe he wasn't a bad father. He just didn't have like the right what's the word, representation on how to be a
Wasn't
father.
ready.
You know? Oh yeah, that too. He wasn't ready. He just. I feel like he could have been a good father if he tried and like actually stopped drinking when he said he would. But like,
Yeah. And
when
I
he
feel
was
like he
sober, he was
only
actually like,
started being like he only started being a better father when like he was dying. Livers were
oh
failing
yeah,
and everything else was failing. That's when he was like, "Help me, guys. I love you."
yeah. Oh my god, that scene where he's in the hospital with the little girl and he thinks it's Fiona.
Oh.
That don't get me wrong. Like I said, I hate Frank. Frank and Debbie for me are on the same like. It's just I hate Debbie way more than Frank because he, like I said, Frank had his moments, but
Yeah.
like that you could just see that he really did love his kids. He just did not know how to show them. Because his mother,
Yeah.
obviously, we meet his mother. She was a shitty fucking parent. So
Generational trauma.
yeah, pretty much. And that also goes back to Fiona not wanting to keep the kid because she knew that the alcoholism runs in her family. And Lip was already becoming an alcoholic. She was
Yeah.
on a fucking alcoholic bender during her last couple seasons. So she was going through a lot.
Yeah.
Also, that fucking scene where Lip is a sponsor and like she accidentally gets his sponsee drunk, that made me upset because like I'm like, yes, she shouldn't have done that. Like she was literally on, like she was on something. Like she was really like, I don't know, but she didn't know. Like she. It's not like she could just look at you and be like, oh my god, are you in AA? Like she did not know. So him like
Yeah.
saying, "You got my sponsee drunk, and you let Liam get into the coke. It was your drug." Like all the times that they sat and blamed Fiona for like the stupid shit that they've done, as if she was their mother. Like,
Yeah.
yes, she was like a fill-in mom, but she wasn't obviously. She was a
But
child
that's not
raising
her
children.
responsibility though. Yeah.
Like it was. Um, but yeah, she was. Well, she was 9. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because in like the first couple, like the first season when we meet Monica, and she gives like the whole speech, and like Monica tries to take Liam, and Fiona was like,
Yeah.
"Well, you can't come back and just pick what kid you and like what, and you can't like pick them, like pick which one you want to take, and then like leave the rest." Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I stepped up and raised your kids when you were nowhere to be found. And like when Monica was like, "I'm his mother," and Fiona's like, "Well, you're my mother too." That you could just see like the little kid in her kind of like jumped out, like, "Bitch, I needed you. I was a kid raising your kids, like being stuck in the house with your
Yeah.
husband while he was on benders, not nowhere to be found. I was sitting here doing what I had to do to raise my siblings. And where were you? And then now that you're bored and you think that, oh my god, Roberta wants a kid, so let's go pick out the one black kid."
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
oh yeah, Roberta. Oh yeah, yeah. So Roberta was Monica's, aka their mom's girlfriend or boyfriend. I forgot what the hell they said.
I don't know.
I don't know, whatever. But wow, this show lasted 10 years. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. 2000. I remember my very first time watching the first. Oh my god. Oh my god. When I tell you, I was. I remember it like it was fucking yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
I was at I was at my grandmother's house, not my like specifically my dad's mom's house. She was upstairs or in the kitchen. My dad was in the no, she was in the kitchen. My dad was in the kitchen, and I was like, "Oh my god, a new show called Shameless. I want to watch it." The first episode just had something like I think it was like the magazine. Yeah, I turned that off so fast, so fast. It was so bad. It was really it was.
I lost my train of
Oh,
thought.
also Kevin and Veronica or Kevin V. They're the Gallagher's next door neighbors, but also um V is Fiona's best friend. It's like their extended family pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not like a Gallagher, but like they're pretty much
Yeah, basically.
they're pretty like also V and Kev are hot. Like me and me and the white man were talking about this before because I said Mickey and Ian. Oh my god, I'm in love with Mickey and Ian. But then he was like, well, Kevin V, no, like, and I'm gonna use his words. He said, no Diddy,
Not-
no Diddy. Kevin V. Oh my god. Oh my god. They are beautiful people. Okay, they are very
no
beautiful
Diddy.
people. No Diddy. But yes, you. I mean, whoa, whoa. Throughout this show, literally a whole bunch of characters who like they'll bring, except for Kevin V, like they're there from the start and then to the end. But like, there's a whole bunch of side characters that you'll meet that sometimes they'll just disappear and then they're never brought up again.
Yeah.
What was that girl that Kevin V were gonna adopt? What was her name? It was something with the A, right?
Ethel.
Or am I crazy?
Ethel.
Yeah. Oh my god, Ethel. I mean, they said where she went. Like we actually they didn't say exactly where she went, but they like showed
She
how
fell in love with a black boy.
yeah, black boy with a she had a kid too. She was married to like a 60-something-year-old man. You gotta watch.
Yeah.
You gotta this will
Yeah,
make
because she
no
was in
sense.
that like cult thing.
Yeah, like she was married to a 60-something-year-old man. She had a 3-year-old son. I'm pretty sure he was like 3. And then she fell in love with a black boy who had a daughter, and then they run away together to raise their kids together. You know, iconic.
Yeah.
We loved her. She did dress a hot ass mess. So
That was one of my favorites of all time episodes. When Frank saw Ethel, his reaction to her was so funny. My, can I have your... It was so funny. He was just, it was the look of the...
at first, you could see he kind of like at first glance he just thought it was probably one of his kids, but then he just kind of like doubled back, like, wait, what the fuck is that?
What is that?
So
and it's not even,
hilarious.
he didn't even say who is that. He said, what is that?
What?
Like,
It wasn't like, okay, this is a person. Let me give her some type of like, respect. No, what is that? And why is it
thought he
standing
got
right
transported
here?
into the 1950s.
Mind you, obviously, like we said, Frank was always on benders. He was always drunk or high, and that scene. I'm pretty sure he was sober. That was during his like one of his periods where he was just like, I'm not going to drink or do drugs. He was completely
Yeah.
sober during that, and that's what made it funnier. Because if he was like high or drunk or something, he probably would have just thought that was one of his kids. But
Right.
him being clean really just made the fact that he just seen it. It was just like, what the fuck?
Are y'all
He
seeing
said,
what I'm seeing?
Like at first I thought that was my kid, but what the fuck is what is it? It's scary. Like, oh my god. That shit is the whole show. Like, obviously it has its moments where it gets deep and crazy. But like that show has so many like laughs. It's crazy.
Yeah. Another
Oh my
moment
god!
I
And I was
had like on my
I was gonna say I was supposed to go like over my list of like the scenes
oh
I
yeah.
have. We could probably put a screenshot of the list on like the screen, but like I have a whole list of scenes and seasons of Shameless that is fucking hilarious. I was supposed to go through them and I forgot. So
Oh.
I really don't. I don't remember what scenes I have written down, but I know for a fact one of them is the scene where Fiona's was like, "You're my mother too," and then she makes that ugly ass. No, Maya. When we're done, please look up that scene and look. It was so. I know it was supposed to be like a heartfelt, like, well, you're my mother too, and you weren't here type scene, but her face. Oh my
It's just
god.
like, ugh, girl.
Just like,
I
oh,
also made a
okay.
little list of like the funniest moments for me, which of course my number one is the Ethel thing. And then I had another one. It was like in the very beginning of the show. It had to be like episode 1 or 2. Kev, because Kev was looking for the toaster oven, and V was just like, "Oh, the Gallaghers have it," and he was like, "Who borrows a toaster?" That was so funny to me because it's like, who borrows a toaster? Like,
The Gallaghers, because they
right,
all the scenes where Kevin's just like, why the fuck are they using our shit, bro? It's just hilarious
right,
because you know that he loves them, but it's also like, bro, come on, y'all doing all this shit and y'all can't get your own stuff. Like, come on now.
right.
That one scene before Kev. First off, Kev with long hair. Oh my god,
Loved it.
beautiful, gorgeous stallion. The stallion he was with long hair was amazing. But then he decides to cut it. He was still hot with like the short hair, but still like ugh. But this it was. I'm pretty sure it was before Kev cut his hair when they had the twins, and they were he was or before he had the twins. I forgot. And he was watching the show about like letters and stuff.
Yeah.
He was like, I forgot what letter he was on. He was like, oh, I didn't know that started with that. And then you see a cat pops up on the screen. He's like, cat, see. Yeah, I knew that. I feel so bad because he's so stupid. But I think like his prettiness just like makes up for him being so fucking like slow. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's just the beauty of him just makes up for him being like so unput together. Like this, I can go
And
on
then
and on and on about this whole show. Literally, like,
um
oh,
another clip I had on here was, well, it's not really like a clip, but it just threw me off how every single episode the twins that Kevin V had were like different twins, and they didn't even look alike.
oh, it. First off, it was more of the fact that V was not supposed to get pregnant at all, but Shanola got pregnant, so they had to write her in, like write her pregnancy into the
Yeah.
show. And the fact, first off, the fact that Kev got his mother-in-law pregnant,
Yeah.
and
And then she kept the
first off,
baby.
is that no, that pissed me off because
Yeah.
this was technically it wasn't like a legally binding thing like where she had to give them the baby, but like now you're raising this kid as V literally that's like that's
Right.
her brother's stepson
Brother,
thing. I don't
stepson.
know, brother son whatever. That's but for her mom to sit here and basically be like, yeah, I seen this baby and I'm keeping it. Like, oh,
Right.
we're gonna
Like,
have to
what
throw
is
hands.
wrong with you? Right.
What clip? Ooh.
So another clip I had on here was when when Jimmy Steve sent Frank off to Canada, and like Frank's hate for Canada was so funny. He really did not like those people.
First off, I fuck with Jimmy Steve for doing that, but also I hated how everybody got mad at him for that. Like he literally seen how Frank was taking advantage of everybody, and then when he did something to help them, then it was, why would you do that? That's not okay.
Right.
Why would you do that? You sent my father to Canada, bitch. Fuck Frank. What was he doing?
Fiona and Jimmy Steve were supposed to be endgame.
Oh my god! And the freaking his last episode, like his last scene, where she's like, "You have to let me go. You have to let me let you go." And like, first off, girl, you're being dramatic, bitch. Come on, shut up. But also, like,
Right.
they were supposed to be married. They were supposed to be married. But first off, I don't know how she didn't see the red flags. He literally told you. I mean, eventually you found out, but like, you found out his name really was not. What was the name that he gave him at first? What was it, Jimmy?
I think it was Jimmy.
I don't know. Whichever, we'll double check. But whichever
It
name he
was
gave
either
her
Jimmy or
first.
Steve.
I mean, literally, obviously, it was either one.
Right.
But he gave you a whole ass fake name. He told you how he was stealing cars and selling them. He told you his whole situation that he was in, and you're like, yeah, I'm still gonna fuck him. Oh, like,
I mean, that's not too
okay.
far off from what the Gallaghers do.
I mean, true. They're Gallagher's. Like, what can you expect? Also, I just thought about something. When Mickey was in jail and he got Gallagher tattooed on him, it was spelled wrong. And Ian was like, that's that's not right.
No
That's not right,
regrets.
Pookie. I get oh my god, I love that commercial. But I get the sentiment, but you spelled it wrong, Pookie Bear. But you know, I'll
Yeah.
give it to you. I don't care. Ian and Mickey. Also, I have a bone to pick with the writers of Shameless. I know that Emmy probably didn't want to come back for that last season. Maybe not the whole season. That was
Yeah.
fine, but you could have probably begged her to come back for that last scene where, first off, or at least Mickey and Ian's wedding.
Yeah.
But you could have had her either back for that one or the last episode, because then you could have seen her finally happy, and like, first off, I love how they closed out the show with like how they opened the very first like episode of the show. That was so cute. Like they all
Yeah.
got their little outros or intros and whatnot. It was so cute. Like I just did not, I wasn't vibing with that. I feel like they could have like came to a conclusion to have her in the last episode.
At least like a voicemail or something.
Like shit, maybe have her write a letter to Ian, because first off, he was the only one who was literally like, I want you to go so you can be better. Fucking Lip was
Yeah.
just pretty much like, okay, I love you, bye, bitch. And I seen a TikTok, I seen a TikTok today that said she couldn't say goodbye to Carl because she knew if she did, he would tell her not to go and she wouldn't have went.
Yeah.
And I find that so cute because I feel like her and Carl had the closest relationship.
Yeah.
It was her and Carl, and then her and Ian. Debbie was just a raging bitch. And then Lip was just a fucking dickhead. I don't know. He just pissed me off.
he was something too.
Like, sir, I understand having to do what you got to do, but you brought your colored. I almost say colored brother. That's crazy. You brought your brother to college with you, okay? That's fine. You had a little spot for him. That's fine. That's dandy. That's cute. You were having sex with your brother right there.
Oh my gosh.
You were about to get your little gibbets diddled while your brother was right there asleep.
Little gibbets.
And then you go on and have sex with your teacher. Like,
Mm-mm-mm.
also, the freaking lady who played his teacher, that blonde, was she blonde? The white, I think, blonde lady who played his teacher that he had sex with? She was on this other show that I watched called Rizzoli and Isles that I really liked. And then after I seen that episode of her, I seen her boobs, and I could not watch that show anymore. Like to this day, I still can't watch it because then all I picture is that scene, and it makes me nauseous. Like I did not need to see that. Just trauma. It's just traumatizing, and it's just so sad because I really like that show. But like, you just had to have your boobies out. From what we've explained so far, the Gallaghers are very dysfunctional, unstable, but they do have their moments where they're like a cute little tight knit family, and it just really just was so fucking cute. But like,
I
also,
do have one more scene.
oh God, what is it?
Remember that episode where Carl he was kidnapping drug addicts and like forcing them to get clean?
I don't remember that one, so you're gonna have to
Like he
explain
was
it.
keeping them in the basement.
I don't. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't picture it.
I think it was before the white boy Carl phase. Like it was when he was still like making potions and trying to explode stuff.
Okay, well, I'm
And
gonna have to rewatch this now.
he like kept one of them hostage because he owed him, and then he ended up just getting him clean.
The thing, no, wait, because I feel I'm picturing exactly what episode you're talking about, but I can't fully like think of it, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
rewatch the show. Wait, the later seasons after like Ian and Mickey got married. First off, that one scene where he's like, "We need to start doing couple stuff," and then they take a bath together, and Mickey's like, "This is gay," and Ian's like, "We're gay." He's like, "Yeah, but not this gay." It was so fucking funny. And then like I forgot. I think it was after like when they decided that they wanted to move, and then like they looked at different apartments or something, and they like found like their gay friend group. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Mickey's like, I don't like the gays. They're so something. Was all their meh and they're bleh. And Ian's looking at him like, you're literally gay. Like, what are we doing here? And then the one COVID episode where that Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga song was going "Rain on Me."
Oh yeah.
When they had that in the freaking in the one episode, and they were like, they were trying so hard not to like the song, and then by the end of the episode, they're sitting there singing it. Hilarious, because all the times Nikki literally sat here and was just like, "I'm not gay, and I don't like gay people," just for him to literally be a raging gay. It was so great.
Right.
Oh wait! You know what? I completely forgot.
What?
Ian was fucking Jimmy Steve's dad.
Oh.
Yeah, the old white guy was Jimmy Steve's dad, and they were fucking. Because that was
I
oh
don't
yeah, because
remember
that was that one
that.
episode where that was that one that was when I think Jimmy Steve's dad came into like his room, and like obviously how like Ian like not Mickey, Ian, Carl, and Lip, they all like switch beds every once in a while. So I think Jimmy C's dad went on like the bunk bed and was like touching all over Lip. And then Lip was like, "What the fuck? He just touched my junk." It was so funny because like I love Ian. I love him so much, but he's a whore.
Yeah.
He is a whore, but I love it because he deserves it.
Remember when he was
But
dancing at the
like,
club?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's when like I think that's when Mickey really fully figured out that he was in love with Ian because he really was like protective over him.
Yeah.
And that the one scene where the guy was trying to pick them up, and he's like, do we like to? He says the F slur. I'm not gonna say it. I can say it because I'm one of them. So like, but he says the F word, like the F slur, and he's like, do we look like like two word for sale? And he's like, the guy in the car's like, yeah. And Mickey was like, looks at him. He's like, bro, this ain't Macy's. You're not window shopping, bitch. that was because that was the same episode that where the guy came like was in the car and he's like, did you guys call for a Uber? And Mickey picks up Ian. He's like, yeah, we called for a Uber. I don't know why people really hated Mickey. He was an icon. He made the show funny.
Mickey was hilarious.
And I stand on that. He was one of the best characters in that show. Because without Mickey, a good amount of the funny shit that happened would not have happened. I mean, like, obviously, some of the funny shit would have happened. It's just Mickey made it even better with his commentary.
Yeah.
Like that one episode where Ian and Mickey are arguing about like who's the top and who's the bottom, and then they get to they go downstairs and everybody's at the table, and Mickey's like, "Who do you guys think is the top and the bottom?" And then they all say Ian, and then I think Carl's the only one that said you, and then he just sticks up the middle finger at him. Fucking hilarious. Anyway, we got off track. Shameless.
You want to do like our like final opinions?
You want to add your final, like, what your opinion is for Shameless?
That last season sucked. That's all I'm gonna say.
It did.
Oh yeah, it was 100% ass. But
Yeah.
I still stand on Mickey being my favorite character,
Hell no.
Ian being my second, and then
Hell no.
Fiona being my third.
Hell no. Bugging.
Fiona.
Fiona.
You mean
What?
the whore?
Alright, if we're being technical, Ian was also a whore. Mickey was also a whore.
But can gay people be whores?
Yes, they can.
Okay. Then,
They sure can.
okay.
Who else was a whore? Debbie was a whore.
She had one kid.
She had one kid, but she was fucking one. She fucked a couple people, and she fucked this one dude behind the bar.
I remember that.
So she's.
Not like she wanted it though.
I mean, like, if she didn't, then it wouldn't have happened because.
Did you see her facial expression? She said,
I'm pretty sure that was really because she knew she liked ladies.
"Oh, no,
Anyway, add your opinions on Shameless.
give me time. I'm not mic ready."
You're not helpful. This is what I mean.
What's that, Discord?
No, that was Roblox. I'm on IMDb because I had to.
Jeremy Allen, but not even the best character.
I know. I told her how you said you liked Kev. No, did he?
My favorite is Carl. Forever and always.
Ugh. You see, it's always those white people that gotta stick together.
And my favorite female character is V. I don't care what nobody says. V is the good. You're so mean to me.
Anyway, I stand on Fiona being my favorite. Yeah.
Talk about
That
Debbie
is disgusting.
Talk about Debbie being how bitch got fingered on the train.
Okay, but I just still, it will never sit right with me the fact that Debbie literally got somebody to get her pregnant and then did not tell him about the kid until. Did you do your final thoughts on Shameless?
Well, yeah, it was like a really good show. I don't know. I don't think I can watch it again yet. There's just too much to go through.
You gotta like skip the first episode because that shit was crazy.
But yeah, overall, it was like one of the better shows.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
It was a fucking masterpiece.
Y'all bugging. Y'all bugging.
Shut up. I don't want to hear shit you have to say.
You y'all don't know a good show.
It's them New Yorkers, bro.
It's Brooklyn shit.
You see what
you talking about?
You see what I go through? You see?
Big Brooklyn shit.
Stop now.
Okay.
You want to stop?
Well, thank you guys for listening again, or welcome. Yeah.
Boom.
I
You want to
hope
say
you
bye?
enjoyed the. Yeah, you can say bye.
You fucking suck, bro.
Boom.
Okay, but you want to do that? We're gonna have a conversation about this in a second.
More. Rough.
Anyway, I guess bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Shut the fuck up.
You gotta do your high pitch bye. Bye.
Oh, bye.
I guess I kinda like the way you know that. I'm going under in this time. I feel there's no